artificial intelligence used to feel like a very polite, sterile, and slightly disconnected assistant that lived inside a clean web browser tab. It knew everything up until a specific cutoff date, answered questions with corporate neutrality, and avoided anything remotely controversial or edgy. Then came Grok, an AI created by Elon Musk's AI, which completely changed the vibe of the tech world. It brought a sense of real-time awareness, sharp wit, and an unapologetic attitude that the AI industry had never seen before. Grok did not just join the AI race. It broke the unwritten rules of how an artificial intelligence is supposed to behave, transforming how we consume live information, track global events, and interact with machines. The shift was not just about adding another chatbot to the internet, but rather about completely changing our relationship with data and the speed at which technology can react to reality. The story of Grok begins in the summer of 2023. Elon Musk, who had actually been one of the original co-founders of OpenAI back in 2015, had grown increasingly frustrated with the direction the industry was taking. In his view, the major AI systems on the market were becoming too heavily censored, politically correct, and functionally isolated from the living, breathing world. He felt that the existing models were being trained to hide certain truths, evade complex realities, or give heavily manicured answers to avoid any form of social or political offense. He wanted to build an alternative, a system dedicated to a maximal pursuit of truth, comfortable with humor, and capable of understanding the world as it happens right now. In July 2023, he officially announced the formation of AI, assembling a team of top-tier engineers from Google, DeepMind, Microsoft, Tesla, and various prestigious academic institutions, to build something completely fresh from scratch. The timeline of its development moved at a speed that shocked the tech community, setting a new benchmark for how quickly a software company could scale its operations. While traditional tech giants spent years fine-tuning their systems and navigating corporate red tape, AI launched its first prototype, Grok, just a few months after the company was founded. By November 2023, they released Grok 1 to a limited group of users, proving that their approach to rapid development was working. To show that they were serious about open science and community development, AI did something unexpected in early 2024 by open sourcing the base weights of Grok 1. This move allowed developers all over the world to look under the hood of a massive 314 billion parameter model, earning the young company a lot of respect in the open source community and forcing competitors to rethink their secretive strategies. As 2024 progressed, the model grew exponentially more capable, with each iteration bringing massive upgrades to its core architecture. Grok 1.5 arrived with vastly improved mathematical reasoning and coding skills, followed quickly by its first multimodal version, which could look at images, charts, and complex diagrams. By the time Grok 2 launched in the late summer of 2024, the assistant had integrated advanced image generation capabilities and sophisticated web search features that made it an all-in-one productivity tool. The momentum didn't slow down as the calendar turned. In early 2025, Grok 3 made its debut, introducing a dedicated reasoning mode designed to handle intense logic and multi-step problem solving. This rapid evolution culminated in the Grok 4 series, featuring a massive multi-agent architecture and a context window capable of holding up to 2 million tokens. The sheer computational force backing this growth became clear with the construction of the Colossus supercomputer cluster in Memphis, an absolute monster of an infrastructure project, utilizing hundreds of thousands of advanced GPUs to train the next generations of the model at an unprecedented scale. What truly allowed Grok to change the world was its fundamental departure from the standard AI blueprint used by other companies. Before Grok, if an earthquake happened, a political election shifted, or a major financial market crashed, asking an ordinary AI about it would yield a polite apology stating that its knowledge base ended months ago. Grok shattered that barrier through its native, deep integration with the X platform. Because it has a direct pipeline to the world's most chaotic, fast-moving public square, it can synthesize breaking news, public sentiment, and eyewitness accounts the exact second they happen. This changed the way journalists, researchers, and everyday people track global events. Instead of waiting for news articles to be written, edited, and indexed, users could ask Grok to summarize a developing situation, and it would instantly analyze thousands of live posts to give a cohesive overview. It essentially turned the chaotic firehose of social media into a structured, readable, and immediate news anchor that never sleeps. This real-time capability shifted the competitive dynamics of the entire tech landscape, forcing the entire industry to adapt to a faster cycle. It forced other AI labs to accelerate their own real-time web search integrations, realizing that static knowledge bases were no longer enough to satisfy a public that demands instant answers. Furthermore, Grok proved that a massive audience wanted an AI that didn't feel like a corporate HR representative or a textbook. By embracing a persona inspired by The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, Grok brought personality, sarcasm, and charm back to software design. It showed that an AI could be academically brilliant while simultaneously possessing a rebellious streak, a sense of humor, and a willingness to tackle sensitive topics without shutting down the conversation or judging the person asking the question. When comparing Grok to other leading artificial intelligence systems on the market, its unique advantages become very clear across multiple categories. The most obvious edge is its access to real-time information and live public discourse. While other models rely on standard web crawlers that search standard search engines for articles, Grok scans the raw text of what millions of people are saying right now. If a new software bug is discovered by developers on the internet, Grok knows about it instantly and can help you fix it. If a company drops an unexpected announcement or a global market takes a sudden turn, Grok doesn't need to wait for a search engine to index the news. It is already reading the direct reactions from experts on the ground. This makes it an incredibly powerful tool for navigating the modern internet, where information changes by the minute and traditional news outlets often lag hours behind the actual event. Another major difference lies in its anti-censorship philosophy and its distinctive, human-like voice. Many popular AI assistants are programmed with very strict safety guardrails that often cause them to decline answering perfectly benign questions just because they touch upon controversial or sensitive themes. Grok was designed to be much more open, candid, and transparent with its users. It will answer difficult, nuanced, or politically sensitive questions with a level of directness that other systems tend to avoid entirely. It doesn't lecture the user, it doesn't take a moral high ground, and it avoids adopting a patronizing tone. If you ask it a question with a bit of humor, irony, or sarcasm, it will respond in kind, making the entire interaction feel like a genuine conversation with a very smart, well-informed friend, rather than an interrogation of a cold, distant database. On a technical level, Grok's modern architecture offers massive advantages in handling large amounts of data and complex multi-step instructions. The expansion of its context window to 2 million tokens means that users can feed it entire books, massive code repositories, or hours of financial transcripts, and it can analyze all of that data simultaneously without losing track of the details or forgetting the context from the beginning of the text. When combined with its multi-agent system, the AI can actually deploy smaller, specialized subprograms to work on different parts of a complex problem at the same time, cross-checking each other's work to dramatically reduce errors and logical mistakes. This means that if you give it a massive coding project, one agent can write the architecture, another can review it for security flaws, and a third can optimize the performance, all happening in a matter of seconds. The practical impact of Grok also extends far beyond a simple chat interface on a phone or computer screen, weaving itself into physical infrastructure and daily life. Because of its close relationship with the broader ecosystem of Elon Musk's companies, the core technology of Grok serves as the underlying intelligence engine for a massive hardware revolution. It acts as the brain for the voice assistants inside Tesla electric vehicles, transforming how drivers interact with their cars by allowing for fluid, natural conversations instead of rigid, pre-programmed voice commands. Drivers can ask complex questions about the environment around them, request summaries of long articles while driving, or control their car's features using casual language. Even more profoundly, this AI architecture feeds directly into the development of physical robotics, providing the advanced reasoning layer needed for humanoid robots to understand human instructions, navigate unpredictable real-world environments, and solve spatial tasks with human-like dexterity. Beyond cars and robots, Grok has drastically changed the landscape of digital content creation and programming. With its powerful image generation and multimodal processing, it allows creators to bring complex visual ideas to life instantly, without the rigid artistic restrictions found in other tools. For software engineers, Grok's ability to pull real-time updates from open-source code repositories means it can write code using the absolute latest versions of programming libraries, whereas other AIs might generate outdated code that no longer works. This makes it an essential tool for developers who work on the cutting edge of technology and cannot afford to rely on data that is even a few months old. The development of the Colossus supercomputer cluster in Memphis further guarantees that Grok's competitive advantages will only widen over time. By building the most powerful AI training cluster in the world in record time, Xi demonstrated that the limitation of an AI is no longer just the algorithms, but the sheer computational muscle behind them. This massive facility allows the development team to run experiments, train new models, and test advanced cognitive features at a speed that traditional tech infrastructure simply cannot support. It means that whenever a breakthrough in AI science occurs, Grok can implement, train, and deploy it to the public weeks or months before anyone else. The global impact of Grok also introduces a fascinating cultural shift in how society views automation and intelligence. For years, people were taught that AI should be a silent, invisible background layer that simply processes tasks without displaying any human characteristics. Grok challenged this notion by introducing a conversational partner that actively engages with the user's personality. This approach has democratized tech by making it less intimidating for everyday users who might find traditional coding or data analysis tools cold and unapproachable. By lowering the barrier to entry through relatable, natural conversation, Grok has opened up advanced problem-solving tools to millions of individuals who previously felt left out of the digital transformation. Moving forward, the continuous updates to the Grok ecosystem promise to expand its capabilities into even more areas of human life. As the multi-agent system becomes more refined, we are likely to see Grok taking on complex roles in research, education, and creative writing, acts that require a delicate balance of logic and imaginative thinking. It is no longer just about answering queries. It is about partnering with humans to explore new ideas, solve structural challenges, and push the boundaries of what can be accomplished when human creativity joins forces with massive computational power. Ultimately, Grok has earned its place as a major pillar of the modern AI ecosystem by refusing to conform to the established corporate norms of Silicon Valley. It took the concept of an artificial assistant and stripped away the sterile, overly cautious filters that had made previous technologies feel robotic, predictable, and occasionally frustrating. By combining a massive, rapidly scaling supercomputing infrastructure with instant access to global human conversation, it created a tool that is uniquely attuned to the present moment. It proved to the world that artificial intelligence doesn't have to be boring, sanitized, or out of date to be useful. And it completely redefined our expectations of how quickly a machine can learn, adapt, and react to the ever-changing world around it.